Okay, here we go again, folks, with episode number 3 this time of our family heritage of racing. Episode number 2 was about the 60s and 70s, but in this one we're going to get up into the 80s and 90s. And, after several crashes, 2 being pretty serious motorcycle crashes with major surgeries, I was tired of flirting with the nurses, so I decided to retire from motorcycle racing for a while I could still walk. In this video, we will not contain any action-packed clips of old races, just pictures of the journey that we took to fill that gap. But the racing bug never dies; he just hibernates. So in this one, we'll see what we can get into, and in number 4, we'll go into some action-packed videos after this one. So by the picture, you can tell that it's Jimmy's turn to try this motorcycle racing thing. You'd think that he'd have learned from watching me walk around in back braces, arm slings, and crutches that this may not be the right thing to do, but that's what he wanted, and that's what we did. So the only motorcycle racing I did at this time was just on an old used Honda. I went with him and his cousins as we traveled around Kentucky and Tennessee and let these boys do their thing. And we had a lot of fun doing it. Trying to work that in between farming and flying and the other things I had going on, working for a living. And they had a good time. We just didn't get to do a whole lot of it. But it didn't take Jimmy long to get the hang of it. He did several motocrosses here. You can see he's got all the gear, all the proper attire. And what races he did quite well. And we were both pretty busy about this time. Jimmy's in high school. We're running the farms. Got 3 different farms. Run about 400 acres of grain, 2,000 head of hogs a year, and 70 cow dairy operation. So with his help and Mama's help, we stayed pretty darn busy. But as time went on, we tried to add a little flying in there and some other activities, but it's too busy to do any active motocross racing or anything like that about this time. And we just carried on with what we had to do, got her done. But the flying was a lot of fun. It was interesting. It was something that I learned back in the late 70s, 77, I think. I got my license, and same year I think I got my commercial license and instrument rating. And sometime back in this era, my son-in-law calls me up one day and says, hey, they got an airplane race over in Owensboro. You want to go? I said, oh, an airplane race? Yeah, well, let's give it a shot. So we jump in the plane one Saturday and go over to Owensboro or Evansville, a couple of places over there, and raced our airplane and brought home some gold. Hey, you never know. You just never know about that racing bug. He come out of hibernation there for just a little while. About a couple of years before this airplane flying and racing and carrying on, flying all over the country, we got out of farming. That's enough to break anybody. So we got into going back to what we've always done, just back to town, business in town, and doing things like that, doing a lot of traveling. And then all of a sudden, the bug bites again, and the racings came in around 86, I think it was. I bought a couple of old jalopies and crashed them out at Beach Bend, and then built this one. Went to Causey's junkyard over there and got me a 442 Oldsmobile out of the junkyard. Built me a pretty good engine and stuck in it, and we started racing pretty regular out at Beach Bend, and won several races with that car. And of course, it was kind of hard on it. As this picture here shows, they made me change my number to 44 because it was against the rule book to have 3 letters. Big deal. But we crashed this car. I don't remember exactly how bad a crash that one was. Must have not been too bad. But we destroyed it, and after we run several races with it, and then about that time, it was time to get another car. So I bought a car from a friend of mine who had built this car for a drag car to do drag racing with it, and he ran out of money. So I bought the Chevelle, really nice car too, that one right there. Beautiful car, and we built a new home about the same time, and won a lot of races with that car. In fact, I set the track record with it. It had a 406 small block Chevy in it. It was a very fast car. set track record, and there's a picture of one of the feature wins. But I stuffed that one in the wall out there pretty hard, really hard, and messed up my foot. And just one of those deals trying to get the track record back, because they repaved the track and they have to set new records when they repave a track. So when I gave that one up, started looking around for something a little different. Come across this late model car here down in Alabama, and bought it, and bought an engine to go in it up in Ohio, put that machine together, and raced the NASCAR circuit, what they call the All-American circuit. Nowadays, I guess it would be called ARCA or All-Pro or something. But back in those days, it was the third level of NASCAR, and did a lot of racing with it. Raced all over the Southeast, tore it up several times, as you can see by that picture. So everything didn't go just right, but when you're racing with 40 really fast cars on a real small track, you're going to have a lot of crashes. But we raced, I think it was 13 races out of 22 or something like that for that season, and finished 20th overall. So it was fun. Met a lot of nice people, a lot of big names. Got to race with people like Bobby Allison and Darrell Waltrip at one track, and then raced with Mark Martin at another track. Just a traveling series. It was a lot of fun. This picture here is in Huntsville, Alabama. Yeah, that was a very hot day. You can see my helpers over there don't hardly have any shirts on. It was really hot. This is lining up at night. This might have still been Huntsville. Yeah, I believe it was Huntsville, Alabama, night race. Extremely hot. Did pretty well in this race. Actually, I finished I think it was in just above the top 10, 11th, 12th, something like that. And didn't tear the car up. That was a good thing. And then we moved on to, I think this might be Lanier, Georgia. I don't remember the picture exactly, but that's waiting for driver introductions. So I think that was in Georgia. But we traveled all over and did met a lot of nice people. Really, really a lot of fun to race on a traveling circuit like that, and enjoyed it a lot. Not every race was enjoyable. This was a big crash at Highland Rim Speedway, I think, down in Tennessee. Really, really a bad crash. Tore the car all to pieces. But it was something to do, I guess, and so we did it. And this next picture coming up here is, I believe it was New Asheville Speedway in Asheville, North Carolina. Yeah. And that's I'm introducing my dad to Bobby Allison there. It was a rain delay, and we had the car covered up. As you can, there's a tarp over it there, and Bobby was just walking along the pits there, and my dad saw him, and he always idolized Bobby Allison. Bobby was really a cool person, and so I was introducing him to Bobby and just talking with him there in the pits. And that's Donnie Mabry standing there. He helped me with the car quite a bit back in those days. And then this one here is. After I got out of that NASCAR thing, I thought I'd build a drag car, see how I like that. So I built this little Malibu, fuel-injected, computerized injection system. It was a pretty neat car, but I just didn't care that much about drag racing. I let the boys over there at the shop race it quite a bit, and they had a lot of fun with it. And I finally sold it to some high school boy for a graduation present from his mom. And here you see Jimmy over at the shop helping me get this new Legends car ready. This is something new, just came out in the early to mid 90s. It's catching on really fast. It's a lot of fun, and we're going to give it a shot for a few years. So here's Jimmy working on this brand new car that I went over to Carolina and picked up. And a couple old boys from down in Nashville named Brooks and Dunn had become the dealers for these cars. So I went down to Nashville and bought this through them, and then went over to Charlotte and picked it up myself. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you'll like and subscribe to this video, and looking forward to making this next one. I think you'll like it a lot better. It's got a lot of action in it. Got some real good videos. Some of the Brooks and Dunn boys races down in Nashville. Just looking forward to putting it together. Hope you'll enjoy it. Thank you.